Hello, my name is Grant Jenneru. I'm the person behind the videos that are presented on this channel. These videos have documented the life of two young gerbils that were put on a very restrictive diet, and the videos were an intention of recording their progression and their viability on this diet. So what has happened, these animals have come to a tragic end. They've died prematurely, quite unexpectedly. So I can't conclusively say what their cause of death was. I don't know, but I can tell you what has happened, and then we can go from there. So I was keeping these animals in this garage because it's just a decent place to keep these two animals, and they have been here for the last 7.5 months. Everything was going quite fine, but as we moved into our summer months, the temperatures have been going up quite substantially. Last week, or the week before last, the temperatures outside reached about 35 degrees Celsius, and I've been leaving the windows and doors open in the garage to ventilate it and try to keep the temperature at least reasonable. Unfortunately, the person we have looking after our place during the day, although they knew there were two gerbils in the garage, they didn't appreciate that the windows and doors are being left open deliberately to ventilate it and keep the temperature down. They decided that to make it more secure, they're going to close the windows and doors, and they did that. And so on that one particular day, when I came home, temperature in the garage was easily 40 degrees Celsius, probably closer to 45. So I would put it in the range of about 101 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. The animals in that temperature for 8 to 10 hours didn't do very well at all. Of course, there was no place for them to hide from the heat in nature. Rodents such as this would burrow into the ground and be able to escape the heat. They didn't have that option in their cage. So what happened was, at the end of the day, they were very lethargic and just basically sitting almost stationary in the bottom of the cage. They hadn't died, but they were obviously not doing very well. Then within 2 days, the first one died, and then 2 days after that, the second one died. In that intervening period between that high temperature and when they died, they had showed almost no interest in food or water. They just were pretty much done. So that concludes this experiment with these animals. Just want to say that depending on how you've come to this channel, you may not understand what's going on here. It is an experiment. It is an experiment to test a restrictive diet. And if you have any animal welfare concerns about these poor little rodents, you shouldn't. 8 months is a pretty long lifetime for a pair of gerbils in human captivity. Obviously, I would have liked them to have gone much longer. Even still, at 8 months, it definitely proves the point that I was trying to prove in this experiment. Although it's not conclusive, it's a good supporting piece of evidence. The experiment now needs to be repeated by others to see what happens. I definitely intend to repeat this experiment again with another pair of gerbils. I'll probably start that in the fall when the temperatures are cooled back down. And the second time, I'll be far more careful about their environment and have far more control about what could possibly go wrong. Nevertheless, just so you know, I'm on the diet very similar to what my gerbils are on. Have been on that diet for 36 months now, so very close to 3 years. And the difference between my personal diet and what the gerbils were on is that I do supplement with vitamin C, and I do supplement or have a pretty substantial amount of animal protein in my diet, where what the gerbils is purely a plant-based protein. Nevertheless, that concludes this series of videos, and I want to thank you for your interest and support.